Okay, hello again out there, YouTube. Here we are for another talking video, and here I am inside of my house again. I will probably be in here for at least another month or so recording videos until it is warmer outside. But we are getting closer to longer daylight and warmer weather, and yeah, we'll see when the next time will be when I am outside to record another talking video out there. And well, for today, here we are at the end of February, and well, I hope that you have been able to enjoy this month. And well, yeah, in February, we see the decorations of hearts and things related to Valentine's Day. And well, February will come and go, but really throughout every month of the year, it is still an important subject in the minds of so many people. And it has been on my mind to share something which I can relate to now, and maybe some people out there right now can relate to this. And this is about finding love in older age. This is something that I have thought about, especially now, because, yeah, I realize that with the age that I am at now, I am beyond the point where I could have gotten married really young, from 20 to 23, or at a somewhat young age from 24 to 29. I know that I am beyond that point, and there are people out there as well who are beyond that point as well, and they are still not married. And maybe you out there have thought to yourself, oh no, I am now in my 30s and I don't know if I will ever find someone. And maybe some people out there have thought that about me as well, by thinking, well, look at you, Mr. Callahan, you're now in your 30s and still not married. Aren't you really, really worried about that? And I would like to share something hopeful and realistic by saying that I am not really, really worried. And if you out there are in your 30s or beyond and you're still not married, then I want to pass along that, yeah, don't be really, really worried. I know that there are no guarantees in life for everyone, but I do think about a few different stories of some couples out there who have been able to find love and marriage in older age. And I would like to share some of these stories with you here. And well, one story of a couple is about two people that I have known very well directly. And these two people would be my mom and dad. And the story with my mom and dad is that they had each dated a few different people in their 20s. And, well, yeah, they had dated a few different people and things just never came to be where they married any of those people. And then in 1982, there was a mutual friend who was, oh, what, about 30 years older than both of them at that point. And that lady had thought, you know, here is a really kind man and a really kind woman who have not met each other. And I see no harm in introducing them to each other. And so in 1982, my parents were introduced to each other, and they both discovered that they had some things in common. They had both gone to the same high school, and there was only 1 year where they were in that high school together at the same time, but they never knew each other. But yeah, they went to the same high school together. They grew up in the same area in Cincinnati, and they each had the same birthday 3 years apart. And that birthday was December 26th. And, well, they both cared about church. You know, my dad was a Presbyterian and my mom was a Methodist, and they had a lot in common there, and they also liked a lot of the same music. And so, yeah, my parents discovered that they had a lot in common, and in December of 1984, my parents were married. And the wedding took place just a few days after their birthday on December 29th. And at that point, my dad was 37 and my mom was 34. And yeah, it was a little bit later in life for the both of them, but it worked out very well with my parents being married to each other for 24 and a half years until my father passed away. And yeah, I think it worked out very well for my parents in finding love in a somewhat older age. And then, when I think of a few other couples who I have never met, but they are well known in the world, there is a story in the world of bowling, which is a sport that I have followed for a long, long time. And, well, there is a story, and you can even see the proposal on YouTube. Oh, what? In 2012 or so, it's probably the time when the bowler Michael Haugen Jr. was introduced, or he met a lady named Fong. You pronounce her name as Fong. And over the next couple of years, whenever Michael Haugen Jr. would make a TV show in bowling, sometimes you would see Fong in the audience cheering him on. And then, at the very end of 2014, when at that point Michael Haugen Jr. was 47, and she was around the same age as well, the deal was that at the Scorpion Championship, if Michael Haugen Jr. won at the end of the day, then he would propose to Fong on TV. And as it turned out, Michael Haugen Jr. did come out in first place. And at the end of the show, when Kimberly is interviewing him, she says, "How does it feel to win here today in front of your girlfriend Fong?" And Michael responds with, "Well, I've got a different answer for you." And he turns to Fong and says, "Baby, will you marry me?" And she said, "Yes." And, oh, what, about a year or two after that, Michael and Fong were married. And from what we know, that marriage is going strong. And yeah, again, that was an older age for Michael and Fong to find each other, but it just happened where they were either introduced or they met each other. And it is a wonderful, happy story in bowling. That is a wonderful story in bowling, and just a wonderful story in general. And you could say the same thing for Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel as well, where, well, for both of them, it was not their first marriage, but when Paul was in his late 40s, he met Edie Brickell, and when Art Garfunkel was in his mid to late 40s, he met Catherine, and each of them got married, and those marriages are still going strong to this day. And, I just wanted to share those stories because they are real. And if you out there are in your 30s or 40s, then I just want to pass along the hopeful statement that maybe, just maybe, something can still happen. I know there's no guarantee for anyone in life, but sometimes these things can happen later in life where people meet each other and get married later in life, and there can be some very happy endings. And for me, yeah, I know that in my past there were a couple of official relationships for about 3 months each, and there's also been a lot of unhappy stories where things never took off. And I am now at this point where I am 32 and a half, and it'll be August in the blink of an eye, and I'll be 33 and not married. But we'll just see what the future holds over the next 10 or 20 or 30 years. We will see what happens. And, I'm just committed to serving my purpose. And remember, we all have a purpose to serve. There's always important work to be done. And that's what I try to remind myself as well, that there is still important work to be done and fun places to see. And we'll see what the next 20 or 30 years may look like and whatever may develop with dating and love in the future for me. And hey, give me another 73 years to live, or a few more. And I say that because, well, in 73 years from now, in the year of 2098, in August of that year, that would be the year that I would turn 106. And I mentioned that number because if I can make it to 106 and I'm still able to walk around and ride a roller coaster, then that would be the number I need to break the world record for becoming the oldest person to ride a roller coaster. That record is currently age 105, which was set by Jack Reynolds a few years ago. And, well, yeah, that's a long, long way to go. But, hey, if I can make it to 106 and still ride a roller coaster, then yeah, I would hope Millennium Force and Iron Dragon are still there at Cedar Point, and I'll be very happy to survive another 73 years in order to break that world record. We will see if I can do that. I know there is a part of me that really would like to do that. And in all those years, I would like to, as I say, keep getting more important work done and see all of these other amusement parks out there that I still haven't seen yet, and see what happens in life. That's all we can do, and sometimes life can have some pleasant surprises. And I hope with everyone out there with dating and love and marriage that there can be pleasant surprises, and, well, that we can all be the best people we can be, and then we can all be the best couples that we can be. Yeah, I just hope that we can all remember that, and not just in February, but for every month of the year, and every year going forward. I hope that we can all keep, sharing love and kindness with everyone, and that there can be good things for all of us, and that things can work out for everyone in their life with dating and love and everything related to that. So, yeah, I just wanted to share all of that today, and I hope that all of this has been encouraging, and you have enjoyed listening to what I've said as encouragement and the stories that I've shared. And yeah, I wish you all the best with everything in that area of life. And as always, I hope you can stay well, and this video should always be here if you want to come back and watch it. So, thank you very much for watching today, this video, and stay well. And I will see you all again for another video really soon. Thank you.